Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cake Talk TV. My name is Kristina Norman, and I own Aspen Charm Cakes and Pastries here in Denver, Colorado. And I also help cake designers double their bookings, charge $8 to $12 per slice, and own a profitable and successful cake business that they love. So today we're going to be talking about how to actually charge for sugar flowers in your cake business, which is something that I found to really be something like you're not sure about how you should really charge for all the sugar flower work that you're doing in your cake business, and really how to make sure that you're actually pricing everything out correctly with your cake business. Now, when I wanted to become a cake designer, long ago, I was so fascinated with sugar flowers because I really felt that it really separated myself, like the cake decorators, from the cake designers, people who actually work with sugar flowers. And I was so excited to go to school and learn how to actually make sugar flowers for my business. Now, I will say I didn't get the best marks for sugar flowers with my, just in school in general, but I didn't give up in terms of really learning how to make sugar flowers for my business. I just kept practicing and practicing, learning from great cake designers from all over the world, so I can really be confident in making great sugar flowers for my business. And then it came to the time of how to actually price sugar flowers for my business, and also like leaves, berries, anything that's sugar flower related. It was something to where, like, what do I really do? How do I charge for the beautiful work that I'm putting together for my clients? So I'm making sure that I'm properly paying myself. And so then I'm also making sure that everything is covered in my business. Now, one thing that I found with pricing cakes in general is you need to charge and pay yourself an hourly rate. For me, that helps, really makes everything clear on how much I'm actually paying myself in my business. I can actually quote my customers how long it's actually going to take for me to design the cake, so then I know what to pay myself. So I've applied the same principle for sugar flowers. So one thing that I found that is an easy thing to do for your cake business, if you're not really sure how to actually charge for sugar flower, is to understand what are you really charging yourself to really design the cake, an hourly wage. Is that going to be $20 per hour, $30 per hour, $40, $50? You need to understand how much are you actually really paying yourself per hour. And then what I like to do is charge per stem. No matter what type of sugar flower it is, I'm going to charge per stem, and that's usually going to be what I'm paying myself per hour to design that cake. So if it's going to be $40 per hour to design the cake, I'm going to charge myself $40 per hour to make the sugar flower. So that really makes it very easy for me to know how much I'm going to charge per sugar flower. If it's going to be 9 sugar flowers with some leaves and some berries, I'm very clear on what I'm actually going to be charging for that customer. If you have certain sugar flowers in your cake business that is going to take you longer than some others, because there are some sugar flowers that are going to take extremely a long time to do, and some that are going to be super easy, like a fantasy flower or anything, or small blossoms. One thing that I encourage you to do is to really understand and just kind of like jot down, like if something's going to be a sugar flower that's super complex, charge more for that sugar flower so you're actually being paid exactly what you believe you're worth to actually make that sugar flower. And then for easier sugar flowers, then charge something that's going to be something easier for you to actually create for your business. And then have a list, and then have that down on a sheet of paper or in Excel on your computer. So then when you're actually quoting the customer, you're able to accurately give them a price based off of the sugar flowers that they pick and how many, the quantity that you're actually giving them for their cake. And I found that's going to really make things very easy and simple. If you're not really sure on how long it's going to take for you to actually make a sugar flower, then that just really comes with practicing and understanding with you have no distractions. Really time yourself so you know how long it's going to take for you to actually produce that sugar flower for your cake business. And then from there, you're able to price based on how complex the sugar flower that you are currently selling in your cake business. That's going to be very easy for you to really understand what to really charge. So then you're really believing that you're charging your worth and you are quoting that customer correctly. Another thing that I want you to really keep in mind is you need to account for dusting sugar flowers and arranging them. That's one thing that I didn't really account for while pricing my cakes out and properly charging for my cakes in my cake business. I didn't charge for the time to dust the sugar flowers, to actually steam them, and to arrange. And that actually takes a lot of time if you've done a lot of sugar flower work. So one thing that I recommend that you just charge the customer perhaps another extra hour to really assemble all of the sugar flowers that you're having, because it does take time to arrange the sugar flowers, to put them together, to say what's going to go here, what's going to go there, just depending on the type of cake that you actually designed for that customer. And that's really going to make things very easy and very seamless, so then you know what to charge for your customers, and so then you know that you're being paid your worth. So I hope this video helped. I have a free pricing checklist that I want you to download. It's going to be down below in the comments so you can actually know how to actually price your cakes, because I did talk about pricing inside this video, but I do have a free checklist that's really going to give you great insight into what you really need to think about in terms of pricing your cakes. It has a lot of checklists, things that you need to really account for so you're really properly charging your customers for your cakes. So go down below and download that free checklist to help you price your cakes. And I do talk about sugar flowers in there as well. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And I hope this video really helped to really alleviate any confusion that you have about charging for sugar flowers in your cake business. Again, this is Kristina Norman, and I will see you in the next episode of Cake Talk TV.